People are often embarrassed to call 911, and it's a huge cavalry that shows up. You'll have 20 to 30 people show up for rescue because we're carrying a human down a mountainside.
We'd much rather that you call and, get that help that you need sooner rather than later. It's a lot easier for us to help you if you just have a broken ankle versus you broke your ankle, fell down, and now you have a head injury on top of that.
Sometimes it takes a wake-up call to remind you that it's time to live. So I'm making up for lost time, throwing myself head first into a bucket list of outdoor adventures. And with the help of our guest experts, hopefully providing you with some inspiration to go for it yourself. I'm Bill Rooney. This is the No Huddle Life. Bill Rooney.
Kristin, nice to meet you.
Brian.
Nice
to meet you.
I'm a ranger here for the city of Boulder. I've been here for 3 years now. And all of the rangers, we have multiple hats that we wear. So we are all law enforcement officers certified by the state of Colorado. We are all firefighters, wildland firefighters, and we also perform emergency services. So I'm an EMT. A lot of our staff are emergency responders, EMR trained.
Been a ranger here for a little over 11 years, and one of the hats that I wear is I'm a coach for crisis intervention training for a lot of the officers throughout the state.
This is just a personal thing. I see you guys have like hiking boots on.
Yeah.
I just prefer trail runners.
I think those are great.
It works too, right? It's like I know that every once in a while I'll bump my toe and go, I wish I had hiking boots on, but I like the lightness.
Yeah, as long as you have good traction.
It's a traction thing, right?
And the trail runners, unlike traditional running shoes, they do have traction.
Yeah.
They still have, it's not
a
as
lot
much,
better.
Right, it's not as much as a full hiking boot, and some people go for the ankle
Right.
support, but
Right.
It's not necessary.
This particular incline is pretty tough, I think.
It's tiring.
Most people probably come up and go, oh, and they get about, quarter way up this path and go,
Oh yeah.
But there's altitude. Tell us about altitude, even though we're at 5,000 some feet.
Right. And people who come from sea level, they should definitely go much slower. And we even do this public hike for people called hiking for non-hikers.
Oh.
And the whole concept is anybody can do it. It's just a matter of pacing yourself. So you go up and literally when you're tired, you stop and you take in the views, you appreciate things, and then you get going. You don't push yourself. And drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
With altitude, that's the big thing. It'll keep the headaches away. It keeps most everything away. Is just be conscious to drink more water than you normally would.
Most of what can go wrong happens on the way down. Like, because on the way up, you're like, oh, you got your attention on it. Mm-hmm. But coming down, you're going down this thing, and you think it takes no effort. That's, to me, where most of the times I've slide, or you're tired and you're not paying attention.
And I would even add to that, especially when we have ice. People forget how much easier it is to go up than down.
Yeah.
So they head up and they're fine to head up slightly icy conditions,
right.
kind of using all fours and scrambling up and not realizing how much more dangerous that's going to be on the way down. So yeah, that could definitely be true.
Yeah, okay. But I don't want to discourage people from hiking,
right.
But I want them to know, A, it's harder than you think.
It is.
But B, there are certain precautions and awarenesses that you need to have.
The Flatirons behind us, it's not very difficult rock climbing, and a lot of people who aren't experienced will try to climb it. They get about halfway and realize that they now have no way of getting down. And they still have their phone, and they'll basically be stuck on the rock, and they'll call 911, and we will have to go out and do a high-angle rescue. People are often embarrassed to call 911, which seems contradictory when someone needs help, but they really are embarrassed to call 911. So we have a group we work with called Rocky Mountain Rescue, and it's a huge cavalry that shows up. You'll have 20 to 30 people show up for rescue because we're carrying a human down a mountainside and we have to rotate, takes lots of people. We rope in a litter and sometimes come straight down the mountainside. So it's a big coordinated effort. I think people know that and they don't want to be the person in the litter, and it's a little embarrassing. So they hesitate. They try to self-rescue and sometimes could get themselves or someone who's trying to help them hurt even more. And we try to emphasize to people that it's actually free. You know, we don't charge to rescue people. We will get you back down here to the trailhead.
So if I call, you're not going to be annoyed.
Nope.
And you're...
Nope, would not be.
Another one today.
We actually enjoy the rescues.
We'd much rather that you call and, you know, get that help that you need sooner rather than later. It's a lot easier for us to help you if you just have a broken ankle versus you broke your ankle, fell down, and now you have a head injury on top of that. So please call us.
There's an elevation that once you get above, the feeling changes. It gets a little colder as you go up, right? The wind can pick up. And
A lot of people will start down here. It's hot, you know, say 70 degrees, and they start hiking up and they're sweaty and they're feeling great. And then they stop and the wind kicks in and they get a little chilly, and they'll get up there and the wind whips because it's up in the elevation.
Yeah.
And you're exposed, and people start to get really, really cold. So what we do suggest, no matter the time of year, is we really would love people to have extra layers. You know, so something like a fleece or a flannel or a puffy jacket, that, you know, down alternative
right.
is really great. Those are fun because you can compress them small, put them in a small backpack, and then you have something with you. Depending on weather, we really also suggest having rain gear, because obviously if you're caught out in a storm, getting wet is going to cool you down, which isn't always the safest thing.
I mean, people die from that. I mean, you know, that's maybe rare here, but I don't know. I mean, you know, there are times when I've been up there in the wrong gear, exhausted, not enough food, not enough water, and, you know, my body starts doing this.
Definitely.
It's like, you're starting the symptoms,
And
right?
A lot of times if you're wearing a backpack all day and you're going uphill, you're hot, you're worked, and you finally sit down and you take the backpack off and your back is sweaty, and then the wind kicks in and you're much more chilled than you would think. And people who aren't experienced hikers maybe aren't preparing for that.
Right.
So that's why having those layers, and I'd also throw in having a headlamp. You know, a lot of people start hikes, this is very common for us, kind of towards late afternoon.
Right.
And they don't anticipate needing a headlamp potentially for the way down.
Yeah.
And we've had many people call and ask us to help guide them down because they're not able to see.
The perfect backpack is one that fits you correctly.
Okay.
And I highly suggest, if you don't know what to get, go somewhere where they can fit you and make sure it fits. So something that fits you correctly is going to hit you like on your hips, having a hip belt.
Right.
It's going to take some of the weight off of your shoulders, put it on your hips.
Yeah.
It's going to hit you correctly, and it's going to feel a lot better when you're hiking. Definitely bring something that's big enough for you to put your jacket in. Water and extra water, because a lot of times, especially in the heat of summer, you say, oh, I only need a liter, but you really need more than that because you're getting so exhausted and you're sweating out so much of your body weight.
And people don't realize that dogs often need actually more water than we do. So to take frequent breaks, dogs will literally walk until they can't anymore. And you'd be surprised that we actually have to do a lot of dog rescues in addition to people rescues, because the dog, especially in the heat of the summer, they will go until they can't. And when they can't, sometimes it could be too late.
Snacks are always huge. I like to have, you know, just some basic trail mix or a banana or something like that. But also I always keep emergency food in my pack. So, and I'm saying maybe a meal replacement bar, or, you know, one of your typical trail bars that you can get at the outdoor stores. Those are great. We would suggest having a good charge on your cell phone, especially out here. Like my partner said, you can often get a call out or a text out, and that way we can come and get you and have a little bit better idea where you are. And maybe even get a GPS coordinate.
When you call 911, they actually have a GPS of your phone, so we can potentially walk right to you for a rescue.
Here's something that I've been struggling with. I hate putting on sunblock. Mainly because I haven't found one that doesn't make me look like a ghost.
I always keep sunblock in my truck as well as in my bag. I put sunblock on my face in the mornings when I get up. That's just part of my routine. It's easy to forget, even in the winter. Oh, hey, it's overcast, it's cool out. You still need that sunblock because we are at altitude, and especially if we have snow, it's going to bounce off the snow and hit your face.
80% of the UV rays still get through when it's cloudy.
You see signs occasionally about bears and mountain lions. You can actually see those while you're
Definitely.
hiking?
Yeah, and there's an old saying with the mountain lions that the mountain lions often see us, but we don't see them.
Yeah.
We have a very healthy mountain lion population out here.
Really?
We have their main prey is mule deer, and we have a very healthy mule deer population out here, so consequently we have a very healthy mountain lion
So
population.
they're having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you could tell even by the colors behind us how, if you could picture the colors of a mountain lion, how well they would blend in with the backdrop. With the mountain lions, we've had one attack in a century. It's exceedingly rare,
Okay.
but it has happened. With bears, I cannot think of an attack we've had in this park from a black bear. Black bears are much less aggressive. Even when you surprise them, they're very different than grizzly bears. Grizzly bears' defense is to be aggressive.
Yeah.
That's their defense.
Yeah.
For a black bear, their defense is to run away, go up a tree, things of that nature. So we've never really had an incident, despite how many thousands upon tens of thousands of interactions people and bears have here. You're not supposed to make eye contact. You're supposed to make yourself look big. You slowly back away. The bear is hopefully thinking, well, I don't want to get hurt, so I'm just going to go the other way.
These kind of things, when you do it, they make you think about your physical condition. And, you start being more aware of it. And plus, what a better way to get a good workout than
Right.
this.
Definitely.
Totally agree.
And so Boulder is like your backyard is the greatest health club in the world,
And we try not to take it for granted.
Yeah.